Starting tomorrow, everyone here in the state of California will be required to wear masks at all public indoor spaces for at least the next month.
But some are questioning if and how enforcement will actually happen. Political reporter Morgan Rynor explains how this could play out when citations in the past have been rare.
Enforcement happens on the local level. I've already spoken to several sheriff's offices who told me that they have no plans on enforcing this mask mandate. One of them told me they're too busy dealing with the rise in crime. So I brought this question to the California Department of Health. Why mandate something if you can't enforce it? Republican Assemblymember Kevin Kiley is against mandates.
Well, that's an individual decision. And, people at this stage in the COVID-19 experience are well aware of what the tools are that we can use to protect ourselves.
Kiley echoed what sheriffs told me today, that law enforcement has no plans to be the mask police.
A lot of the sheriffs throughout the state, including the sheriffs in my area and the 3 counties I represent, have said, no, we're not going to enforce this.
So I brought that to Dr. Rohan with the California Department of Public Health. CDPH announced the mandate.
We are sending a clear signal that there's a reason we're worried. Cases are up and hospitalizations are up, and we're asking the public to follow along, just like with seatbelts, something that protects us and others around us. But it will be an individual and local enforcement decision ultimately.
UC Davis professor of civil and environmental engineering Chris Kappa researches the effectiveness of masks and says any mask is better than no mask.
Other masks, like cloth masks, tend to let more air through a little bit. And maybe don't fit quite as well. And so some air might sneak out the sides, but they can still be quite effective.
Although he says the idea of wearing a mask into a restaurant only to take it off a minute later is a bit silly, he said the mandate is still a step in the right direction. For counties like Shasta, where there is no local mandate and less than 50% of the eligible population is vaccinated.
Shasta County continues to have a high 7-day transmission rate.
Amy Koslowski is Shasta County's community education specialist, says that education is key.
In addition to mask wearing, of course, we're encouraging vaccination.
Dr. Rohan with the California Department of Health told me he gets it. Everyone is tired of COVID restrictions. But he said in places like Sacramento, for example, the ICU bed capacity is at 90%. He also said, depending on where the state stands in a few weeks from now, this mask mandate could go beyond a month.